this one Naruto, this one Goku.
Ben, May the 6th, the journey continues, but how frustrating has the start of your career been?
Yeah, you know, I think the ball was rolling pretty nice after the debut. Everybody was talking, oh, you know, it's the next big thing, but it happens in sport. These things happen. At the end of the day, you see me today. I look sharp, I look juicy, and that's the main thing. May 6th, sit and watch.
How would you sum up the start of your career if you had to put it into words? How would you sum it up?
Like you said it for me, frustrating. I had plans to go about 5 fights in the first year and just keep the momentum going. But these things happen in sport, in all life sports, so all I can do is listen to my body now. I've got a great team around me, and hopefully May 6th, after that we keep the ball rolling.
How did you deal with the frustration? Were there times where you ever thought, did you sit there and ever think, like, why is this happening to me?
I think you got to trust the process. These things happen, like I keep saying, but like you said, I could have easily just stayed in my room, ate rubbish, thought, you know what, I'm just going to give up. But at the end of the day, I know where I want to go. I know that I'm destined to be a world champion. So what I did was keep pushing through these dark days, pushing through the hard times, and I'm back now. I'm back where I need to be.
What was the lowest point of that journey so far?
Just for the simple fact, I know how good I am. A lot of people love the debut, but for me, it wasn't what it was supposed to be. Just for the simple fact I had these niggles. And I'm a person who's honest. I hate excuses, so I didn't want to make excuses. But at the end of the day, my second fight showed that something wasn't right. But that's all done now. I got the okay. Done all the MRIs possible. I think I got too much radio stuff in my body now, but I've done everything I can. I'm back where I'm supposed to be, and May 6th.
You touched on the debut. What was the highest point then? Would you say the debut was that the one that stood out?
Yeah, it was a weird thing, to be fair, because you always hear it. You only get one debut, this and that, but everything happened so quick. Before you know it, I was in Barcelona getting a tattoo, and I thought, oh, I've done it now. You know what I mean? So I think what I've got to do now is just enjoy the process. Like I said, I was doing the media, I was doing this, having a laugh and a joke, but this career only happens once, so I want to enjoy every moment. So I think that's what I'm taking on now.
Obviously, turning over pro with such a reputation comes with a certain amount of pressure. Do you feel pressure on your shoulders still?
Definitely not. Just for the simple fact, since I've started this sport, I know where I want to go. I've had my dad telling me where I need to be. I've had Joby, I brought Sugar on, he's telling me where I need to be. My brother pushes me every day and tells me where I need to be. So I think it's destiny, really. And I think when you visualize that in your head, I think it will become reality. So that's all it is for me. It's just getting where I need to get.
You've spent some meaningful time now. You've had time to spend meaningful time with Sugar, obviously out in Florida. Are we starting to see the results of that now?
100%. It's still early doors. Like you said, we 2 fights going into 3 fights in. So, you know, I imagine when I'm 15, 25, 20 fights in, at the end of the day, it's all a learning process. And me, I'll never lose what I've got. I'm flashy, I'm cheeky. And I think at my weight, not many people move like me. So I'm going to keep that. But this performance, you'll see some venomous, horrible shots.
What would you say is the most valuable thing you've gained or added to your game then since working with Sugar?
The main thing is having that spite in my punches. I've definitely got it. When I dig them in, I hurt people. And a lot of people tell me I hurt them, but my guilty pleasure is embarrassing people, you know. I'd rather go through a fight. This is the old me. I'd rather go through a fight and make someone fall through the ropes. I'd have a laugh with someone in the crowd and do things like that, but we're in the hurt business now. And Sugar's been drilling it into me. If you can make the fight last 20 seconds, make it last 20 seconds, not 12 rounds. And that's what I'm trying to bring in now.
Well, looking ahead to May 6th then, hometown fans get to see you close up in the flesh. What would a successful result look like?
Oh man, you know, I keep telling people win is all that matters, but I'd be lying if I said that. I look for spectacular performance each time I step in the ring, so you know I'm going for the knockout. I'm going for something juicy, but a win's a win, and that's what I'm looking for.
Do you need to make a statement in this fight?
No, definitely not, because people know who I am, people know how good I am, and at the end of the day, a win's a win. When I keep winning, I'll get to where I get to, but every time I step in the ring, for myself, I like to make a statement.
Give us a few words about what it's going to be like then when you step through those ropes on May the 6th.
Oh man, all I'm saying is if you ain't bought your tickets and you haven't got Sky Sports, you're missing out, because this is once in a generation. You know what I mean? You hear all this superstar, that. The work I'm putting in, I'm destined to be a superstar.
Who is Ben Whittaker?
Ben Whittaker's a fighter that's came from nothing, and eventually I'll have it all.
What makes you so great?
What makes me so great is my work ethic. A lot of people see the talent, a lot of people see the skill, the flashiness, but I do that because I work so hard. Oh, he makes it look easy. No, I make it look easy because I work so hard, and I think that's what makes me special.
Take us inside your mind then when you enter the ring.
You don't want to come into my mind because you'll get lost. But in my mind, I'm very calm, calculated. And if people say they don't get nervous, they're lying. Of course I get nervous, but I use that as my time to shine.
Just quickly then, relive the rebuilding process from your debut to not spectacular performances, niggles and injuries, and where you are now, the whole journey.
Like I said, this sport's a roller coaster, man. I think life in general is a roller coaster, but for me, I've kept going forward, never looked back. I say the main thing is for me is listen to my body. When I feel tired, I keep going. When I feel a little niggle, I keep going. And now I know I can actually have a rest. I can actually go for a massage. I can actually have a day off. And I think with that in the locker, it's going to be even better for me.
What are you fighting for?
I'm fighting to change my life, change my family's life. I've gone from my dad working 2 jobs, my mum working 2 jobs. I've tried jobs, but I got sacked. But like I said, I just want to change my family's life, make their life easier, and hopefully not make them work again.
What jobs did you get sacked from then?
Oh man, let's go into the story. So, I was a boxer. I was here, there and everywhere, trying my best, but you never know you're going to get in life. So my dad said, to keep the boxing going, you need to get a job. So I worked at JD. My social skills back then was a bit bad. You wouldn't believe it, but there was. It was Boxing Day. Chaotic, too many customers, hid in the toilet, over the walkie-talkie. Whittaker, where are you, man? Where are you? I just left it, man. Stayed on my phone, listened to my music, come out. She goes, what you been doing? I said, I'm in the toilet, man. Here's the walkie-talkie, here's the fob thing. I'm done, man. Sacked me. Come back home, told my dad. My dad goes, oh my God, I'm gonna get you another job. Worked at my local football team, Wolverhampton Wanderers, worked as a steward. I was about 66 kilo. The jacket come past my arms, as skinny as can be, bald head. They probably thought, who the hell is this kid? Actually, I've got to tell you about this. We used to get a food voucher. And the man said to me, here's your food vouchers, guys. You can eat your food, but not in front of the fans. So how is that supposed to work? Do you know what I mean? So I said, okay, I've listened to what you said. I'm going to take it upon myself. I tapped my man and said, it's food time. Went and got myself a pucker pie, went into the toilet, was eating my pucker pie, got away with it. Next game, pucker pie, got away with it. Third time lucky, I got caught. What are you doing in here? I said, you said I can't eat in front of the fans, so I'm eating in here. He said, it don't work like that. Give me your jacket, blah, blah, you're sacked. And then I went back and said to my dad, I don't think this job's just working. He said, so what are you good at? I said, boxing. And then here we are.
Yeah, good decision. So you talk about boxing there. What is boxing? What does it mean to you?
Boxing's life is very cliche and a bit cheesy saying that, but it's opened doors for me. It's changed my life, and that's why I'm dedicated and I respect boxing, because if you don't respect it, you can get hurt.
Have you ever crossed your mind at what you'll do when you stop boxing? When will you stop boxing?
Truthfully, no, and that does worry me. You hear a lot about mental health and stuff like that. After boxing, I don't know what I'll do. All I do is box. Since a young kid, when I used to go to school, I used to mess around. The teachers were like, you need to focus on your books. I said, nah, I'm gonna be a boxer, man. My mom and dad said, oh, you probably need a plan B. I said, no, I'm gonna be a boxer. And at the moment, it's working out, so that's all I'm focused on, and I'll make sure it happens.
It's a fairly obvious question here, but if you were to look at when you need to stop boxing, is there a certain, without just saying the cliche like world title, is there a legacy that you want to leave?
I just think you just got to listen to your body. You see some greats out there. I think they carry on too long. As long as I accomplish what I want to accomplish, world titles, big title fights, big arena fights, fighting around the world, as long as I accomplish that, and I've ticked everything off the box, and I can call it a day. If not, I'll be boxing till I'm about 60.
Can you talk about your movement and reflexes in the ring? Where does it come from? Training, natural ability, or a bit of both?
It must be coming from the anime. You know, I watch a lot of Naruto, Dragon Ball Z. I think you see it in there. But truthfully, I think it's from dodging them hits from my mum and dad back in the day. When I was a naughty boy, you know, the broomstick would come out. I'd make sure I'd make it miss, you know what I mean? So that's where it comes from.
Ninja training. When you're in the ring fighting, how much do you think about entertaining the crowd while fighting, or does that take over you, or is it just focused on fighting itself?
Truthfully, I can't help but entertain. That's all I do. As an amateur, I used to go to these tournaments in places, nobody's there, just me and the coaches. And I'd be looking at the crowd thinking there's people there, that's just me. And now I'm a professional. People are paying their hard-earned money. They're coming to watch my fight, so they're giving me their time. So I think it's only right I can try my best to put on a performance.
Talk us through your ideal 2023 then. Is there any names you want? Why?
For me, ideal 2023 is wins, wins and more wins. More time in the ring, more time up and down the country, more time getting my face out there. And I've got an annoying face. But the more time I can stay in the ring, keep learning with Sugar, we're laughing.
Let's talk about the light heavyweight division then. Apart from yourself, who's the best light heavyweight in the world?
I'll never say anybody else than myself, but I've still got a lot to get to. So for me, we'll keep it quiet on that sense, but the division in a whole is very exciting. I think back in the day, if you talked about light heavyweight, you'd probably say, who's there? Andre Ward, Kovalev, or however you pronounce it, people like him. But now you can go down probably 10 guys, and it's a very strong division, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
I want to ask you a cheeky question here. If there was an issue with Powell stepping ahead of Birmingham, would you be confident to step right in and fight Watsy?
Don't ask silly questions, man. You know what I mean? It's my city, I'll make the rules. You know what I mean? I'll step in there if I need be. They call me the showstopper, man.
Nice. And I just want to ask you about your tattoos. So do you mind showing us your tattoos on your arm?
Firstly, my dad was very disappointed I got tattoos. You know, we're Christian, so you're really not supposed to ink your body, but I am a rebel. So going through the arm, I've got the leg done as well, but we'll show the arm. This is called Hajime no Ippo. It's a boxing anime. And you have to get into the detail now. If you see the head guard, it's got my logo. The t-shirt there, BW. I mean, shout out Duran Tattoo, Barcelona. And then, oh, that's my little logo as well. Not my logo, but it's my little motto. It's certain victory. I wear it on my shorts. The samurais back in the day, they used to have it on the headband. So it's a good little thing. It's a bit of a war motto. In the inner side, I have Vegito against Majin Buu. My anime guys will know. And then there's Sasuke and Naruto. You know, I love my tattoos. Probably when I'm old and grey, I'll probably look back and think, why have I done this? But you only live once.
Does it feel like an extra bit of armour to you?
You know what, I'm not gonna lie, and beat around the bush, I hate it. The pain, it's horrible. You know what I mean? A lot of people, oh, you know, it's only a tattoo. In the ring, I'm a beast. Out the ring, I'm soft as can be. But you know, when I've got these guys on my arm, I think the jab, left hook to the body, it's a dangerous one to be seen.
Looks good on camera as well.
Yeah, that's what that matters.
Your popcorn and don't be going to the toilets. This is something you don't want to miss. Are you ready?